do narcissists always ruin the holidays? I bet you're the one who sets the table just right. You buy the gifts, light the candles, bake the cookies, make the food, and then you tell yourself maybe this time it will be peaceful. You dare to hope, and then you watch it all unravel again. If every holiday left you walking on eggshells, if the day that was supposed to bring you joy somehow became another chapter in a long history of dread, if you've ever thought, why do they always have to ruin it? This episode is for you. Let's talk about it, because narcissists just don't ruin holidays. They ruin what holidays represents: love, connection, joy, togetherness, and worst of all, for them, moments where the attention isn't on them. They just can't handle that. So they sabotage it. What you might recognize as a pattern is a fight the night before your birthday, a sulk in the middle of Christmas dinner, a guilt trip because you didn't spend enough time with them. Or worse, turning the whole day into their tragedy. I'll tell you something. Annie tried. She really, really tried hard. She planned her daughter's second birthday party. She cooked food, baked cakes and cupcakes. She handmade decorations, everything to make it as special as she could. But her husband, Santino, he sulked and complained and tried to start arguments the whole time Annie was trying to prepare. Then when the guest arrived, he put on a show, pretending to be helpful, fawning over their daughter. And the fact that he never gave Annie a second look and was complaining to her every opportunity, of course, that went unnoticed. And then the mysterious disappearance, raising all kinds of questions that she just couldn't answer. Then after the party, back to the criticism. His house was a mess. The daughter was only 2 and didn't deserve all that fanfare. She didn't understand it then, but Annie sure understands it now. So let's look at why they do this. There are 3 big reasons they sabotage these special days. The first is their loss of control. Holidays, birthdays, celebrations they're pretty unpredictable. Emotions run high, people are connecting, and that makes the narcissist feel out of control. So what do? They pull a string to shift the attention back to themselves. Look at me, look what a good dad I am. Second is the jealousy of the connections being made. If the people around you are laughing and bonding and it has nothing to do with them, they feel discarded and they can't stand that. So they find a way to remind you who the center of gravity is. Then there's intimacy versus image. Celebrations invite closeness, vulnerability, and genuine joy. But narcissists, they don't do intimacy. They do image. And when the mask slips and when others see behind it, they panic. They rather shatter the moment than let anyone get a glimpse of the truth. You start to notice the same tactics, don't you? The sudden mood shift, the backhanded compliment about your outfit, the whispered insult that takes your breath away, the mysterious injury that now requires everybody's attention on the narcissist, or little comments like, oh, if only my wife would take as good a care of me as she does the baby, wouldn't life be good? And just like that, joy is gone. Celebration turns into damage control, and you probably wonder if you had something to do with it. and you didn't. And I want to say this because I know it's something a lot of you carry. If you've ever dreaded a holiday, if you've ever found yourself hoping someone might cancel dinner, or you wished you could disappear before the doorbell rings, you're not ungrateful. You were reacting to trauma, to the years of walking into rooms where you were told to smile while your heart was just breaking. You were hoping again, hurting again. You know, that ache you feel, that's grief, not just for the ruined moment, but for the years that you spent trying. So what do we do now? We reclaim it, one small tradition at a time. We give ourselves permission to do it differently this year and the next. You don't have to fake a smile to keep the peace. You don't have to hold your breath to keep someone else from exploding. And you never, ever have to earn your right to joy. Whether you choose to celebrate in quiet or with safe people, or even in your living room with your pet and a bag of popcorn, you get to decide how your holiday feels. You're not selfish for wanting peace. You're not cold for setting a boundary. You're not bitter for remembering what they did last time. You're healing, and healing has its own traditions. If a holiday became a battleground in your life, you're not alone, and you're not crazy for feeling cautious when the calendar turns festive. You deserve warmth, not war. You deserve to celebrate and it not be sabotaged. You deserve joy instead of being judged. And if no one has ever said this to you before, I'm saying it now. You get to keep your light. You get to laugh without asking permission. You get to feel safe in your own joy. For those of you new to my podcast, I'm Kyle Hackley, attorney, author, and the host of the AreYouAnnie podcast. Annie's story is a voice for all of us who have lived these truths. She's a symbol of the courage it takes to stand up against narcissistic abuse, to protect your peace and reclaim your voice. And it's for those truths and for those of you who have lived them that this podcast exists. I want you to remember that you are stronger than you ever believed. You are a warrior against narcissistic abuse. I want you to be tenacious and never, ever give up on what's important to you. Until next time, remember that I appreciate you. I honor your truth, and I want you to be safe. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you again, and bye.